So back to the indoor garden. As you can see, I have a couple empty spaces. I gave a plant away to a friend today, but what I was wanting to show you is that I'm going to have to transplant soon. It's hard to see here. There we can see. You can see the roots are growing through the bottom of the container on several of these already. These are several dill plants that I have. There we can see a root growing through. Just about dropped it, but I didn't quite. So I'll have to get those transplanted. We have dill, definitely the second leaf stage here. The dill here, I'm not sure about it. It's kind of acting a little funny. Our carrots have reached the second leaf stage finally. They were acting pretty quiet in there, but they're coming along nicely now. And I think they'll be good to go. Some more dill there, and eggplant I believe coming up. The beans and stuff are coming along nicely. I watered the rest this morning. I haven't watered these ones yet today. We've got an onion coming up good there. Carrots along the sides, lettuce, everything there. For the kicks, I planted one in the handle. I forget what it even is, but it's coming up. Carrot.
No, corn. It was a corn.
Well, that's not a corn coming up. I don't think. Or if it is, it's slow because there's corn there. But we'll see. The sweet basil is so far doing good, and I hope it keeps up. I love basil in my cooking. We've got parsley coming up. Hopefully it keeps going. The spinach plants that I had didn't fare so well. They sprouted and died. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. I just watered them this morning, so this should be good for water for now. Maybe we could give them a quick water here. It's pretty dry. I found one thing with this is using the cardboard box like this, it does dry out fast, but at the same time it does help keep from overwatering your plants. This one we'd had a little trouble with. I accidentally knocked it off the counter one day. I bumped it, but the corn is still growing. We'll see if it survives or not. I don't really know that it will, but we'll see.
Coming out here again.
Yeah. That's actually one that broke off. There's the part of it that broke off, and it's coming back. The nice thing about corn is it's very hardy. Corn is basically a grass, and it's amazing how much it can take, but it takes a long growing season to be able to actually get through. This is all dirt that was from my compost, and as you can see, it's broken down quite nicely. It's just like normal dirt. There's no bad smell to it. It's very organic and yet full of fertilizer for these plants. Over here we have the onions still going. We have some of our little plants here. Here it's carrots and spinach in here. And well, we'll see what all we get. It's a little, they're acting a little forlorn, but I'm hoping soon I'll be able to take them outside for the day. Maybe tomorrow I'll take them outside for a few hours and let them get full natural sunlight and some real fresh air. So if you'll pardon my totally messy table, I'm going to give you an example of some seeds you can save. I believe I showed you. This is off the onions I have. They actually grow, and at the top of the plants, not underground, they grow bulbs. They can be, I've seen 2 to 6 on them, and these are relatively small ones. I've had larger ones grow, but so far they've all been fertile and grow really nice green onions. This is from my chives. Now, what you're seeing is this is the flower. Now, if I just move some of this off, there we go. all that little black there, those are my seeds. And those are what I'll be planting to try and grow some more chives. As you can see, I got a ton of seeds. More than I'll need. These are off my peonies. These are the seed pods. I have had no luck yet trying to grow them, but I haven't really experimented too much. So I'm going to continue. I wanted to save them. The seed pod comes, and I think I've showed you this before, but it breaks apart. And then on the inside is where we have our seeds growing. So that's the peonies. Now I don't know of any use for them besides being a nice flower, but considering the bee populations are dying off around the world, I want to grow as many flowers as I can too to help give the bees something, because Albert Einstein says mankind has 4 years once the bees die off. I'd like to keep the bees around. These are off of my Carigana hedge. I'm wanting to plant a hedge on the west side. Now my lilacs have been giving off some shooters every year, and so I've got about 6 feet of hedge planted by taking their shooters, but I'd like to try to grow some of these inside. A Carigana isn't an incredibly useful plant, except it makes a wonderful hedge. It's almost impenetrable. It's got thorns on it, and a Carigana hedge is every bit as good as a fence. Really, I mean, I love them. These are rose hips. I'm going to try to plant some of them, break them apart. They're really hard, and you end up with the seeds. Now you want to make sure it's ones that have matured on their own. Hopefully these will be viable seeds that I can use as well. I just wanted to give you a quick example of some seeds you can save yourself and how you can access them. It's easy to do. Often you just break open the pod, whether it be a pod like a bean pod like the Carigana have, or a little berry like the rose hips, or even a special pod like the bizarre one off the peonies. They're actually covered in a little bit of hair even. They're quite an interesting thing. I'd just like to see how I can get the seeds to grow, but we'll see what happens. So there you go. We'll see what we can get started today. I'm going to be using a container that you just get from the grocery store and some of my compost. Try and grow some seeds here. I've got Nick here. He's going to be planting. Well, what are you planting today, Nick?
Lettuce.
Alrighty. What kind of lettuce is it?
I can't remember. 1 second.
Okay. Recording.
Oh. Grow some nice butter crunch lettuce here.
Okay, right on. So we got he's getting the butter crunch going. It's just seeds we bought from the store. 59 cents. And if every seed grows one of those bunches, it's way cheaper than going to the store, and you know where it came from, and we're doing it all organic. So we're going to be getting started on that. I've got a bunch more seeds here. I've got some pots set up, and I grabbed a bucket full of compost from my compost here so that I got some stuff to be planting in, because as I pointed out, I got some seedlings that need transplanted, and once I get them transplanted, I'll cut up another egg carton. I got one there, and we'll be using that to start some more seedlings. I got some containers there we'll be using to plant the seedlings into until we can transplant them to the garden. So things are going good here. I'm excited about it, and hopefully spring comes fast. I am more than ready. As you can see, so are the plants. Come on, spring.